tough, hard-nosed team, and Coach Strickland does a great job with his crew. I thought today could have been a trap game, and I'll say that because coming off an emotional high against Kansas, our team was able to show character as it relates to how they handled the new attention or the new phone calls or the messages of congratulations. I thought they had an edge to them, in addition to having finals. So you got two things that could really deter a team, and that's that win or finals and disrupt and cause it to be a trap game. And our guys focused up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then having an early game, I thought they did everything they needed to do as student athletes by balancing their academics and obviously their workload as it relates to what my expectations are. And they just played exactly how we practice, and I appreciate that about our group. And it shows our level of depth that these two guys are sitting up here now, and I appreciate what they do each and every day, and leave no doubt about it, they're very talented in their own right. So definitely a great win for our program, and definitely excited about the outcome.
Questions? For Trent and Marques, what do you think as players kind of helped you avoid this being a trap game and avoid having too much come from what was last weekend's victory?
Yeah, it's just been about our preparation since first day we got back in practice after the game. Just our coaches getting our minds right. And it starts with us as the players. We knew obviously an emotional game, emotional win, but we knew it's on to the next one. We got to have a short memory with that stuff, whether it's win or loss. So we just had a good preparation this week.
Yeah, and I'll add to that just by saying we got a lot of our senior leaders just done to stay poised through this time. I mean, like Quest said, it was a very emotional game for us. We were all excited, but at the end of the day, we got to prepare for this next game, and that's exactly what we did.
Coach, our analytics conversation on Thursday got me looking at the box score a different way now. But you guys have 1.33 points per possession tonight. I'm curious what your goal was going in and how you exceeded or how you balanced that goal.
We exceeded. We wanted to get over 1.25, and we exceeded that. And I think when you couple the ways that we were able to score, our free throws lessened, which was not the goal. I wanted to get our numbers up, but our three-point production increased. The last three games, we hadn't had production since Grill has been out. And these two guys definitely feel that hole. And we spoke in our press conference, and you guys asked some great questions prior to this game. I wanted to see 20 assists, and we were able to get those assists. And, these guys were able to knock down some shots, and to be able to make 14 threes, I thought was tremendous. And I think you got to credit these guys where credit's due. We hadn't made 10 threes in the last three games. So it gives you the ability that this team has. We can play in different formats, and I'm just thankful we're able to come out with the win, because it could have looked differently if we didn't make in-game adjustments.
Yeah, for Marques and Trent, what was LIU doing defensively, or what did you see from the defense that allowed y'all to get to so many open looks outside?
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming in there we were going to be a scrappy team. We couldn't play loosely and careless with the ball. Most of the plays we got in the paint, found opposites, attacked in transition, just things like that. Just focus on simple stuff.
Yeah, I mean, our preparation was, we knew they were switching teams, so just to confuse them with certain actions. And I mean, it showed up. They got confused. Some of the rotations, they messed up on the rotations and left basket open a few times. So yeah, just our preparation offensively.
Trent, you scored 14 points in the final 6 minutes of the opening half, including that 4-point play. Just what did you see out there? Did you have the hot hand? Just what was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, credit to my teammates for finding me. It was I had a good shooting day. It's been rough past couple games for me shooting, and I think just my confidence knowing that I can shoot the ball, coach and my teammates encouraged me to just keep shooting. Just allowed for me to go into this game forgetting about last minute shot or whatever, and just hitting my next one.
Trent's the 7th player to lead us in scoring this year, and when you can have that dynamic ability, it helps you in the scouting report. Trent wants to play, and what he showed today was his ability to not focus on the minutes he had, but doing something with what he got. And you didn't see him blink at all when it came down to drawing fouls, when it came down to driving gaps, when it came down to pursuing rebounds, and obviously the byproduct of that, you didn't see him think. And he was just right there patiently waiting for open jump shots, and I thought he was gonna end up making at least 10 threes. But he missed some open ones, and I'm just thankful he made the last one and kept shooting, but also showing the different levels of his game, and he's going to be unbelievable for us. He's going to continue to help us.
Coach, I know now that you hadn't had your halftime HDI report when Trent came in the game. What was it that you sent him out there and told him to take that many?
So what I did do differently that I did not, we didn't plan on going zone at all. We did not, and our rebounds suffered because we never practiced this week on routes. But once we saw what their game plan was, I ended up, because our bigs were just a step slow today, I went small with Mark Mitchell, Aiden Shaw, Trent Pierce, and those guys were able to bring us home. So I had more shooters on the court with ball handling. Marques did a great job of making shots off the bounce and being aggressive. And I tell him every day, what do I tell you today? Shoot the ball. When he on, hey, he's in my office, hey man, shoot the ball. You don't have to be in practice, but I'm telling them to shoot the ball, shoot the ball, shoot the ball. And these guys are just playing aggressive and they're playing together.
Just as a quick follow-up for Trent, how has analytics changed the way you maybe see your jumper, the way you see the game, the way you take shots?
I mean, I don't pay attention to that. For me, I just know that I've always been known to be a shooter, basically. And so I know Coach recruited me to shoot the ball. I mean, he recruited me for a lot of other things, but one of the major ones is I can shoot. And I've known that, so whenever I've been struggling, I don't worry about my missed shots. I know that I can shoot, and so just having that confidence allows me just to keep shooting.
But from an analytical standpoint, with shot selection, what shots do we stay away from?
Oh, just the
middies,
mid-range
the
shots,
mid-range.
Off the dribble shots, stuff like that.
And that's why you see him getting to the rim and not thinking about that mid-range. Quez can shoot mid-range. Tamar Bates can shoot mid-range. I've not seen Trent effectively be a mid-range guy. His length allows him to get to the basket. His ball handling allows him to get to the basket on straight line drives, and he's a true 3-and-D guy. We just got to continue to grow on the defensive side. He can get to the ball. He finishes over rims. If you see when Aiden Shaw and Mark Mitchell's in a game, he's a couple eyebrows taller than both of those guys. So with that length and that ability, that stands out, and his length will allow him to play defense. And that's deflections. How many deflections did you have baseline out of bounds defense? Yeah.
5 or 6.
And kick ball, right? Those things matter and they add up. So.
Coach, can you speak a little bit about the depth of your team? You mentioned Trent was the 7th different guy to lead your team in scoring, and I think 8 different guys scored at least 6 points for you guys, along with several others that got really productive minutes.
Yeah, our depth, it starts with the relationship of our players and their belief in the system that we're running. They believe in each other. They're very unselfish in spirit. They know we're going to win by committee, and we just want our guys what they can bring at their very best. We want them to bring it, and ultimately that part of it allows them to impart on the player efficiency rating. So our depth, any night it can be any guy, and Josh Gray had 1 rebound, I believe, 1 rebound, so Josh Gray wasn't going to play. Aiden Shaw's minutes increased, and Josh knew that, and Josh was cheering for Aiden Shaw because he was a half a step slow to get to those balls and reacting. And ultimately, Trent Pierce the same way, and I just moved Mark Mitchell down. Peyton Marshall ended up giving us some minutes, but when you can have a kid like Quez score how he scores, play the minutes that he's playing, it makes for a tough scouting report. And tonight or today, this morning, it showed.
Coach, it seemed like Ant got a little bit shaken up after that dunk and came out of the game. Is there any update with him?
Ant asked to go back in the game. So Ant was A-okay. He was perfectly fine. I just decided to stay with what we were doing, and that was with Marques, and obviously Tony increased minutes. But also, Honor Boateng ended up getting in a little bit more, playing the top of the zone. And when you have those guys up there and when you play majority of zone, there's specific guys in certain situations that only play the top of our zone. And I wanted to stay consistent because I saw that giving LIU some problems.
Coach, with that zone, it seemed like it even changed shape a little bit as the game went on. There just, what was kind of going on with how you were tinkering with that as the game went?
So, these guys can explain it. Go ahead, explain. What was our alignments, and what we have to do and why with the zone, top of the zone?
Yeah, we noticed throughout the game they would set screens from either which angles, like a tandem. We got into a tandem, one guard up, one guard at the free throw line area, so they would have two screens on each side, so that's where we would attack that. Stuff like that. And also they would set side ball screens as well. So however they came up and aligned, that's how we would adjust to that. That's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say from like the wings perspective, because of that, they had shooters up higher. So from the wings, we had to come up and allow them not to shoot where they caught the ball, allowing our guards to get back in front. So and then wings could bump back to man the corner of the high wing.
All right. Any other questions?
Oh, and then Coach, we haven't seen an HDL box after this game. Anything that stood out immediately to you that's not on the set sheet yet?
We were in the red when it came down to free throws. That is something that that's important in the game of basketball for us. And then obviously what stood out is the assist to turnover ratio. The rate of transition was outstanding. I thought our guys just tried to push the pace regardless. And so when you look at time past half, it was probably 3-4 seconds average. And I thought our guys did a tremendous job. Now we got to make better decisions because I'm not happy with the 13 turnovers, but we did have 20 assists offset that. The other thing was shot at the rim. I thought we were in the yellow, not the green, in that, and our percentage wasn't where I wanted it to be. But most importantly, what jumped and changed the entire analytics sheet was our attempts from three. The last 3 games, we probably have not combined to that sum. We didn't even combine to 28 attempts. Tonight we shot 28 times. And so it flipped a little bit, but I credit our guys for when we redo what the results were, we were on top analytically. And from the standpoint of just unselfishness, that's what stands out to me now. So.
Final question?
Just to follow it up, what do you think was the difference for how many threes you guys got up tonight?
The difference was the what they were giving us, and also our rotations and who was on the court together. Notice I put Trent played less 5 men and increased guard play and made sure Quez and Cruz and Trent Pierce was on the floor. They combined Quez played 25 minutes, and you look at Trent, he played 20 minutes, and then Cruz played 13. So that's close to 60 minutes of action from those guys, and that's their style of play. You decrease Ants, you decrease Tonys, you decrease Marques Allen, and you increase Aiden Shaw at the 5. So the change just comes with the rotation and what you are given offensively. I thought our guys played simple basketball. They didn't try to do too much, and we took what the defense gave us, and ultimately they were some jump shots, and that's okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. MIZ.